Hello guys, what's up? So today we are going to cover weight loss. I don't believe that I ever covered fat loss or weight loss in this channel, cutting in general. So we're just gonna do that now. I feel like a lot of you want to know this, and at least hear my opinion, how I feel about it, how I go about it, how I deal with all of the negatives that go with weight loss and fat loss. And yeah, but before that, I just want to cover one specific comment that was on one of my these newer videos, um, that basically asked like, he talked about, I'm just trying to remember it from the top of my head. I think he talked about, because I mentioned feelings and feeling in the last video, and he basically said that, how do I know if you are progressing if you are not actually lifting more weights? And it's interesting how he, maybe she, concluded that I am like completely disregarding how much weight I'm lifting, and that I'm just basically, when you mention feelings, people automatically assume something like that. He probably he didn't even mean it like that, but like, just because you say you need to use feelings in programming, that doesn't mean that you can just do whatever you want and just whatever feels good. And I even mentioned that in the video. Like, sometimes you actually, a lot of the times, you won't like feel like you want to do it, but this is not the application of what I'm talking about. Like, feeling is like completely other thing. And for beginners, even intermediates, like, feeling maybe isn't even that important. You just have to do the work, and you have to go through these phases, that are like, where you're actually learning something pretty much by the book, not so much, but by the book. And then in the later stages of your career, feeling becomes a lot more important, because when you're intermediate, yeah, if you're lifting 1 or 2 times per week, lift, yeah, if you start doing it like 3 times per week, you increase frequency or volume, most likely it's gonna go up just by doing that. And with my people, I always ask, how does it feel? Does this feel snappy? Did it feel good? Did it feel slow? So feeling is more in those general guidelines. And I will talk a lot more about feelings. It sounds so fucking stupid. But yeah, I will talk a lot more about feelings. But no, definitely, it's not like you can just disregard everything just because you're feeling it. But yeah, on top of that, I just want to briefly mention that obviously a lot of you don't know this, because this is just the fact. You can actually just get stronger without getting bigger. Like, strength and bigness and bigness and muscle mass are not one-to-one correlated. You can have a picking block, you can get stronger and actually lose muscle. Yeah, that's possible. I mean, I said that like I don't know how many times. You have, for example, natural bodybuilders who go to compete in powerlifting, and they actually lose arm size and leg size because they're squatting mostly low bar, or chest size even, and their 1 rep maxes increase. That's because strength is mostly, not mostly, I mean, I don't want, you can catch me in every word I say. Like, you can debate all of this crap. And especially like you're intellectually inclined, I mean, you can debate everything. It doesn't really matter. You can debate with me if I'm Philip or not. Like, you can go deep unnecessarily into everything. But just know, in general, no, strength isn't like, there is one guy, natural, who talks about like progressive overload. He's big dude. He just became recently more popular, and he's weak as fuck. And he's like, he's a big dude. He's jacked dude, and he's just weak. That's just one of the proofs Like, and most natural bodybuilders, I mean, yeah, they're strong in general, but powerlifters are always stronger. And also, you have tons of powerlifters who are built like sticks and they look like shit. But in this video, we're going to talk about how to look good. So, yeah, basically, we are going to talk about weight loss. So, what's actually fat loss and cutting, especially like for bodybuilding, getting shredded? In essence, cutting weight or getting shredded, getting lean, it's just losing weight. So you just have to lose weight on the scale. That's it. Like, and don't get me wrong, like, I wanted to say a lot of things about cutting weight and weight loss, but it's just too much. Like, the video would be just too long. And we will see how you respond to this video about weight loss in general, even though I just talked about like 5 minutes about progressive overload. But anyway, so you just have to realize that the only thing you want to accomplish is just to see the number on the scale go down. Period. That's it. When you are losing weight, you are not worrying about gaining muscle. If you are maybe slightly detrained, or you're just a beginner, or you are really overweight, yes, in those three cases, you can actually maybe slightly even gain muscle while you're losing fat. But in general, if that happens, cool, perfect, that's fine. Like, that's like the best scenario possible. But usually you have to understand that your goal is just to lose weight on the scale. That's it. That's like it. You cannot spot reduce fat. I think that's how Americans like how you say it like in these days. Like, you cannot say, oh, I'm just going to do tons of abs and ab work or whatever you want to say. Like, I'm just going to do elliptical bicycle, so that way I'm like twisting my torso and I'm gonna lose fat. That's not how it works. The only way you're going to uncover abs is just to lose weight. So pretty much, I know that most of you probably know this, but I'm just recapping it for those of you, because there are some guys who don't know this. And how you accomplish this is basically just by, first of all, eating less calories. So this is like, there is no debate about this. And I honestly feel a little bit stupid even saying this, because everybody in the fitness community, I mean, most of the people in the fitness community know this, but I know there are some beginners here who simply don't know this. And you just have to eat less calories than you're consuming now. And if you said that you tried this only means that you did something wrong. You probably even miscalculated the calories, or you didn't even counted some calories, for example, sugars in coffee, or for example, I'm drinking now, and that's why I brought it here. I'm drinking this, it's not soda, I like ISO drink, and I like to drink this before training. I actually stopped drinking Monsters and the pre-workouts and that, because that's just crap. Anyway, sorry about that. So basically, that thing works. If you don't believe that thing works, I mean, I'm just saying this because probably this thing is only oriented to beginners. This thing works, but you just have to learn how to do it. It's not that difficult. Like, you have millions of apps right now that help you do this, but in the beginning it's probably the best if you write everything down on paper. I know it's harder, I know it's tedious, but hey man, if you don't do this, you're just not gonna lose weight. Or if you lose weight, you will never know what is happening actually. Because when you understand that everything starts with counting calories, that's when you actually know, like, holy shit, man, now I know why this happens. Now I know why I got bloated here. Now I know why, like everything starts from there. And I would really like to go into much more details right now, but I just want to cover like the whole picture right now. How you actually do this and how you battle this other stuff when you're intermediate or advanced, and how I'm dealing with it. Like fear of smallness, fear of losing muscle, fear of losing strength, and all of this stuff. So, yeah, basically everything starts from counting calories, obviously. And the next step is counting macros. So, macros are proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. I know that you probably know all of this stuff. I mean, this is like super simple, like first grade. But I'm just, again, probably there are some few of you that are beginners here. So your goal while you're losing weight is to eat as much protein as possible. Now this is also debatable, like this guy who I quoted in some of my past videos actually said that now he's experimenting with eating less protein because you're like losing your muscle anyway, and you want to cut as many calories as possible, blah blah blah. So, but in general, how I'm doing it is I'm eating as much protein as possible because I want to recover as best as I can, and mostly recovering because of proteins. So now we're going to get into, man, there is a lot of stuff to cover here. There is no way I'm going to cover this in one video because it would be like 3-hour video. So your goal is to actually start eating less calories. Simple as that. And you are measuring what's happening with your scale and with your measuring tape. So what you want to do is to step on the scale every day to see what's happening, but unemotionally. You're just stepping on the scale. You're just observing. It doesn't matter. Like the mentality here is to be like a scientist. So you're eating something consistently, and you're stepping on the scale every morning. So what this means is while you're on a cut. So if you're serious about going on a cut, there is levels to this. You can just lose weight with few simple tweaks. For example, I could just identify what's your worst food that's killing basically your weight loss progress. Now I'm just talking about weight loss. And if you start eating less of this, your biggest enemy, and more of the healthy cooked foods and whole foods, single ingredient foods, you're automatically gonna lose weight because you are going to indirectly lower the calories that you're eating. Because when you start eating healthier foods have less calories per 100 grams, yada yada yada. There's a whole point to this. For example, if you just want to lose weight, that's pretty simple. So, yeah, man, this is all all like first grade for now. And but I started talking about measuring your waist. But if you want to really push this and you really want to get lean for this summer or something, then you have to have a system. Like, there is no way around this. You have to have something, whatever it is, like the simplest system possible. Like, I'm eating 200 grams of protein per day, and I'm eating 2,500 calories per day. So that's 2,500 calories per day, and I'm eating 200 proteins per day. Like, that's a system. No matter how stupid it is, like, that's a system. But those two things are probably the most important in your fat loss. Like, amount of protein that you're eating and amount of calories that you're eating per day. Systems can be a lot more complicated, but that's a system. So you can have either like a lot more flexible approach where you are just like eating anything, you just want to hit 200 grams of protein and 2,500 calories per day. So, but from my experience, that's not good because usually people who, especially people who are struggling with weight loss, just get lost. And I'm also like that. So I admit it, like, I just cannot have those two numbers and that's it. I mean, I'm much better with functioning with a meal plan, and I tried like 3-day meal plan, 2-day meal plan, and 1-day meal plan. And what works best for me personally, is to have one like day and just go with that. I just have a static day. I eat every day the same. Every day is the same. So now, since I'm now on a cut, I can pretty much, tell you what I'm eating currently and how I'm dealing with that. So currently, I'm not like 100% on point. I'm not like one because I don't have to be. I'm still losing weight with just doing this. So in the morning, it's 1 apple or 1 banana. I will tell the difference, and 1 shake. I drink casein because I found out that casein is a lot better than whey. Whey, if I'm drinking it in the morning, I kind of feel sluggish and I kind of feel like nauseous a little bit. So casein is a lot better for me. So I'm eating casein, 60 grams of casein, 1 apple, medium size, or 1 medium size banana. If I'm going on a workout, if it's a workout day, I'm training always the same workout 4 days per week. If it's a workout day, I'm eating a banana and this. So this is 50 grams of this ISO drink, we call it Cedevita here. And yeah, that's my first meal. And then I go to the gym, whenever I go to the gym. After the gym, I drink another 60 grams of casein. And then immediately after that, like, I just drink the protein as soon as I get home, and then I start cooking. Like, cooking is also one of the factors while you're losing weight, but this is just already too long video to even cover that, to even go into that. Like preferences, palatability, your biggest enemy, your eating habits, cooking habits, your overall lifestyle. Like, it's too much for one video. So, after workout, I drink casein, and then immediately I start cooking. I almost never meal prep anything. I hate meal preps. And I think that's more American culture thing. I hate eating like food from the fridge. Maybe sometimes meats, but everything else, like stale food, no man. For 1 week, like, forget about it. I fucking hate meal preps. Not a chance. So I think I made that point clear. So the next meal is 200 to 250 grams of egg whites and 1 egg, plus 50 grams of basmati rice and 200 grams of this mixed frozen vegetables. And the only reason why I'm using frozen vegetables is because it's easier. That's it. Because it's easier. Just a second. I remembered something. Just because it's easier. Because I don't have to prepare the vegetables, I don't have to clean them, I don't have to wash them, chop them off, I just put everything in the dish. So that's the cooking part. That's like something different. The next meal currently is actually only just, that's obvious, usually later in the evening, 250 to 300 grams of chicken breast, like clean chicken breast, with 250 to 350 grams of sweet potato. Now, this sweet potato is what this actual like prep or weight loss like sits perfectly. Like, I love it, and this is like also one of the most important things. You have to enjoy your prep. Like you actually so the last, let me just finish the last meal. So the last meal is 250 to 300 grams of chicken with 250 to 350 grams of sweet potatoes plus zucchini, around maybe 200 grams of zucchini and around 200 grams of eggplant. So yeah, it's a funny meal, but it's like pretty big meal and voluminous meal, but it doesn't have really much of the calories. And the reason why I'm doing that, it's because of the personal preferences, which is one of my things in my system. And my personal preference is I like to eat in the evenings. If you would like write down my actual plan, I pretty much don't eat anything in the morning. I eat a little bit more in the afternoon, and my biggest meal is in the evening. And also in the evenings, not in the evenings, in between of my lunch and my evening meal, it's usually it's ice cream. So yeah, I'm eating ice cream in between of my meals. So now you have to have discipline to do this. If you really think that you cannot have ice cream or cookies or something in there because you think you're gonna blow out, like it's better for you to not even go there, like not even do this. Just eat pretty much everything clean, in quotes clean, like because you know. So in the past I was a lot more flexible with this stuff, but now when I'm like really strict, I'm like this. I just have, and I eat every day whatever my every day is the same. So now I covered my meal plan, and hopefully this video is not like too freaking long. I'm just gonna check. It is actually pretty long, but I'm going to cover like the mentality of the cut and how to deal with it. So cut is actually, it's terrible. Like cut is not simple, because especially if this is also a thing, you can have food addiction, and this is also a completely other video right now. But there are some few things that you have to accept, and it's straight up accept. And I'm just going to tell you a little short story that I heard in the gym. So one girl actually wants to lose weight, and she's just normal gym girl. It's not like she is advanced like we are here, and she just wants to lose weight. And she is stuck at some certain weight. I'm not going to say what it is. And she said basically to her trainer so her trainer told her you have to basically eat less. And her comment was like, oh, so but how am I just gonna be hungry? How I cannot eat less? And he was like, yeah, you are gonna be hungry. So if you don't understand this, when you go on a weight loss, you are gonna be hungry. So in the beginning, so it goes pretty much like this from my experience. So in the beginning, you're gonna be a little bit hungry, and then you're going to kind of get adjusted to it. Like the hunger levels are just gonna drop off. And in the middle of weight cut, for example, this is 4 months. In the middle, you're kind of gonna be a little bit, you're gonna get used to it, and it's gonna be a lot smoother. And then at the tail end, shit's gonna hit the fan. So at the tail end of the weight cut, everything is going to get worse and worse. You're going to feel sluggish, you're going to have less energy. I almost passed out one time in my training, and I tried to eat everything as best as I could. I even shifted carbs in the last parts of my weight cut. I shifted carbs before training to actually have more carbs before training, because it was so tough. I ate 150 carbs per day, and pretty much nothing in the evening. So yeah, I mean, it gets tough. So you just have to understand that, and you just have to accept that while you're cutting weight, You don't want to focus on building muscle. You don't want to focus on strength. You just want to focus on doing as best as you can given the circumstance. And the circumstances are that you actually just don't have enough fuel to train properly. And you just accept it at face value. That's it. I don't have enough fuel to train properly, but that's okay because currently I'm just trying to lose fat. And that's it. That's pretty much the mentality. You know, there are like million little things, like million little like tweaks and tips here, but in general, that's your mentality. Like laser focused, don't get distracted. When you have a bad day at the gym, because you're going to have multiple bad days per week in the gym, because you're fucking cutting and nothing is moving well, and probably you're gonna have some experiences like when you have like upper body day or chest day, whatever, however you are training, and you basically don't even get a pump, and you were super weak and you were super tired. Just forget about it and just remind yourself, I'm on a cut. This will pass. This too shall pass, you know. So yeah, man. I mean, there is a lot of more stuff to cover. Like your taste buds change. If you're afraid, like you are never going to eat healthy, like healthier foods start to taste better. I mean, this everybody who went on a contest prep knows this. Like there's just some weird things happen in your head, and you just suddenly like. You know, like for me currently, like sweet potato is one of the best things ever. I don't know, you know, I'm not even that deep in like prep, but like I pretty much never ate sweet potatoes. Like, but currently, like, man, sweet potatoes are the shit. So, yeah, because I actually a long time now on a cut since like let's say third month, but I kind of like had a break in the fifth month, let's say May. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff to cover here, but yeah, I mean, I didn't even cover properly how to measure waist, but this is already half an hour video, and I know that most of you don't even though this is a ramble, I know that most of you don't even go to the end of the video. So for those of you who came here to the end of the video, hopefully some of this stuff will help you. Hopefully some of this makes more sense now. And just remember that, yeah, in the beginning it's gonna suck a little bit, but you know, at the end it's also gonna suck. But you're gonna get used to it. You're gonna learn. Like, this is the same pain as the pain with training. Training is hard, but you start to like it. And this is the same with weight loss. The more you do it, and just don't go down on yourself too much. Like, if you're doing this for the first time, hey man, it doesn't really matter if you do it or not, like completely. Just because you actually followed something for a month or 2 months, that's enough, man. If it's really your first time, that's good. Like, don't beat yourself up, because weight loss is hard. Just because you're going contrary to your every impulse in your body pretty much all the time. But yeah, there is a way to make it easier, and this is why I have this system which works for me, which works for other people also. And yeah, so see you guys in the next video. My biceps shot, which now it's getting smaller and smaller because I'm on a cut. And see you guys in the next video. Post your questions, comments below. I'm going to try to, currently I'm super busy. This is why this video is also a little bit of a mess, because now I have to go someplace, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, peace guys, don't give up, and you're gonna make it. Bye.